What's up YouTube, Capital G here, looking at one of the last cards in the Dimension box, and this is a new Flower Cardian Synchro monster. Now this is pretty interesting because I knew that Chijiro was getting another Cardian card in this set. I didn't expect it to necessarily be a Synchro because like they have a new Synchro coming out in Raging Tempest, and I don't know, it just seems like there are just so many Synchros coming out for our Cardians, especially at level 6. They've already got a level 6, and this one to me is a little more combo centric. It's a little more go off on your opponents and just like wombo combo the field. The other level 6 is a little more stun based. It does do piercing damage. It can make all your Cardians piercing and kind of locks your opponent out of the graveyard like effects and special summoning from the graveyard. This card is a little more just like we want to get to where we go and we want to basically just vomit all over the field. And I think Cardian players like that because when Cardians really go off for players who actually know how to play the deck correctly, it is actually a thing of beauty. So this is Flower Cardian. Let's see, Tsukihanami. She's a Dark Warrior, like all your Cardians. Synchro Tuner Monster. That's pretty interesting. Not that many, can't be that many Synchros that are level 6, but also tuners. Actually, why do I feel like Coral Dragon is a tuner? I don't think I've ever seen anybody synchro with Coral Dragon. For some reason, I feel like Coral Dragon is a tuner because I think that like Tatsunoko was also a tuner, and I think Coral Dragon is like the big version of Tatsunoko. So it's one tuner plus 2 or more non-tuner monsters. Or actually, no, it just has to be 2. It's one tuner plus 2 non-tuner monsters. It's the same summoning conditions as the other level 6, so it's not really that difficult. Effect number 1, once per turn, you can activate this effect. Skip your next draw phase. Also draw one card, show it, then special summon it if it is a Flower Cardian monster, ignoring its summoning conditions. Also, that monster can attack directly this turn. This effect is so ridiculously good for Cardians. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, isn't this kind of like a miniature Reckless Greed? Maybe it's a little short-sighted because what if you don't get the card that you want? You might lock yourself out of your next draw phase. No, you don't have to think about it that way. The way you guys need to think about this card is essentially even a worst case scenario, you are basically just moving your draw phase of your next turn basically into the turn that you're in, meaning that that turn you just have more offensive options. But best case scenario, which is probably going to be all the time, you know, Flower Cardian players, they stack their deck, guys. It's kind of like Sylvans. Like Cardians have multiple ways of putting specific monsters on top of their deck, so like they're not just going to activate this effect when they don't know what's on top of their deck, unless I guess they're just feeling lucky. This is not a trigger effect. It's an ignition effect, which means they can do whatever the hell they want. They can stack their deck in whatever order they want. Then they can activate this card when they have the perfect card on top. And it's cool because a lot of times they're probably just going to get the Cardian that they want. You know, these Cardians can be as big as 2,000. Do you really want a 2,000 attack monster attacking you directly? And what's even better than that is when these Cardians are special summoned, as we know that this card will obviously proc will obviously special one of those Cardians, their effects trigger as well. So a lot of times, right, they'll draw a card, it'll be a Cardian, and then they'll draw another card off of the Cardian that they just special summoned effect, and it's kind of like a weird snowball basically. You know, they'll end up drawing like 2 or 3 cards and special summoning them, and you know, this card is maybe one card by itself, and then next thing you know, they've got like 3-4 monsters on the field. Effect number 2, if this card is used as synchro material, you can treat it and all other synchro materials that have a level as level 2 monsters. So basically, it just makes it a lot easier for you to synchro up into the level 10 or into the level 8 or just like whatever else you basically want to go into. Just makes it a little easier for you to kind of synchro up and make your plays, I guess, like a little more smoothly. I think this card is excellent. I think this is a mandatory. You need to run this card because this card is explosive as fuck. And I think a lot of times when people resolve this, they're going to try and end the game right then and there, because if you stack the right 3 cards on top of your deck, you can literally just close the duel with this card. The offense is just definitely there if you've ever seen like Cardians go off. So let me know what you guys think of this card. I think she's absolutely fantastic. Subscribe if you have not already, and thank you guys for watching as always.